PRRS has been a problem, isn't it? And so I thought, it's just kind of like Jaws. And so I found this movie poster, and the shark is the PRRS, and he's going to get the pig, and the stars are Laura and Dale and John Paul. Sorry, Reed, you're going to have to play a bit part. So, Mark Twain said, it ain't what we don't know that gets us into trouble, it's what we know for sure that just ain't so. And that's how we started this project, really, was we were sitting around asking, where could the leaks be and where are the problems? And somebody said, well, what about the 4-H pigs? What about the show pigs? And Dale said, well, there's a question. Let's see if we can answer it. So we started out with these goals. Determine the location and health status of the 4-H pigs in Kit Carson and Cheyenne counties. Actually, we started in Kit Carson County first. Gather data on the origins and sources of the pigs. Seemed like we could do that. Educate the youth as much as possible on biosecurity basics. Build some goodwill and relationships in the local community. Build awareness of the importance of health to the success of their projects. And then characterize and evaluate the risk to the area. 2 counties, eastern Colorado, not very heavily populated. And I said the state tree out there is a telephone pole. I mean, it's barren, it's flat, and the wind blows strong. So about 60 miles by 66 miles, and they're fairly, they're just rectangle-shaped counties out there in the middle of nowhere. 4-H Pig Biosecurity Project, we decided we'd introduce this with an educational program on biosecurity. And we handed out a book that Pork Board and AASV is helped write called The Champion's Guide to Biosecurity. And we created a trifold brochure, to kind of describe the project, and so we could hand it out or do direct mailings to try to get participation. And so the kids that didn't sign up on the night that we had the meetings, we direct mailed them the brochure and asked for interest in participation. And we helped the county extension agent with the youth PQA program and signed up a bunch of kids that night as well, just trying to increase participation. So we asked when we got to the farms to sample the pigs, we asked contact information, where the pigs were housed, sources and vaccination history if they knew it, and very very seldom do they know, or else they're not vaccinated with anything. And the number of shows that they plan to go to. One guy was going to 5 jackpot shows before the county fair. So, these pigs do get around. Any other swine on the premises? Found 2 farms or 2 little projects that shared a boar between the 2. They had maybe 4 sows between the 2 farms, and they shared a boar. And then we also asked, where's the nearest pigs to your project? And we found that usually they would reference each other. You'd go to one farm and they'd say, well, they're over here, and then you go to that farm and they say, over here. So we didn't really find any new pigs that way. We thought we would. But results, we got about 25 sites and 83 pigs sampled in the spring. And we thought there was going to be about 120 or 130 pigs. And so we thought we got a pretty good representative sample. And we ended up with only 2 pigs that were PRRS ELISA positive out of those 83. And 1 pig was positive by PCR, had it sequenced, and it was a strain from outside the area. Those pigs had come from out of state. And we also, just for interest purposes, checked these pigs for SIV and mycoplasma as well, and found no positives on ELISA for H1N1 and H3N2, and just a handful on the MHIO ELISA. So, got a chance then. The extension agent, very, very cooperative, wanted to help, was interested in helping the kids, just learn about biosecurity and about their project. And he said, I'm really excited to be able to contact, somebody that knows about pigs. If these kids have problems, they usually call me. I'm going to tell them to call you. And so he said, listen, we get to the county fair, last day of the fair, they release the pigs. You guys can bleed all you want, and because he said they no longer have the pigs. We utilized the BI summer interns, and a couple other kids went out there and bled pigs, and we got 98 of them sampled immediately following the county fair. Not the same pigs, not all of the same pigs. There was only 20 that cross-checked. But here again, very low incidence. On ELISA, there was only 7 positive and 2 suspect and 92 negative. And then we did run those suspects and positives back on the IFA. Only 6 positives and 3 were negative, and 0% positive on PCR. So we kind of dispelled what we, really kind of believed was happening there. Is perhaps in this case, in this one summer anyway, maybe they're not a big deal. So, good news on this project is low pig density in the area, and probably lower than what most of the other projects are going to see. I think if it's southern Minnesota, Pennsylvania, certain areas are probably going to be more pigs than that. The herds of origin were generally small. 4-H projects were real small groups. I mean, I think the most we had at any one site was about 8 pigs, and the early May deadline to own the pigs meant the herd is closed. I mean, once they had the pigs and got them tagged, they weren't interested in buying any other pigs, and so by the time they got to the county fair, those little populations had been closed for 4 months, minus the ones that took them to jackpot shows. But those were small herds as well, and most kids only show at the county fair. They were ranged from just into 4-H to graduating seniors, and very few of them went on to the state fair. But those are pigs that we wouldn't have captured, because this show is not a terminal show, so they could take the pigs home if they wanted to. Just a blurb on the show pig industry, and it's huge. They estimate there's 1 million pigs produced for show pigs every year in the U.S. and they spread them far and wide. On this website, I saw where one sale had something like 104 lots. They went to 27 states and averaged $1,600 for a feeder pig a piece. And so it's big business from that standpoint when those parents are really pushing and the kids are striving for a trophy. So if we had our wish list, it would be only negative pigs would enter the county. But that's going to be really difficult to monitor and enforce or even incentivize. And the sources would not be commingled, which they are now. There's sales at Brush, Colorado, a couple sales in the spring for the kids to go and buy their pigs. Well, there are multiple consigners come to those sales. Their pigs are commingled. They run down the same alleyways through the same rings and all that. And so it would be tough. If we educate the kids enough, maybe we can get them to ask the right questions. Have you tested your herd for PRRS? Are they vaccinated? What else are they vaccinated for? All that is part of the process. And then if we had our choice, all shows would be terminal. So they wouldn't ever be able to bring the pigs back home. But that's not going to happen with with the environment we're in today. That one kid saying he was going to 5 jackpot shows. So they're kind of like preview shows. And there was incentive to buy PRRS negative pigs and keep them that way. If we had a strong incentive, if they even knew what PRRS was, would be another thing to add to the wish list. So, looks like it's pretty low risk, right, with that 1 year. So we really need to repeat the project, expand to the adjoining county, get more of those pigs from the county south. I think there'll be fewer pigs because it probably is correlated with the population of the county, and try to increase the participation. Get a higher percentage of the pigs tested in the spring, and capture a few more at the county fair. And then I'd like to, with Dale's urging, standardize the project, create a template, a toolbox, so to speak, that people can pick up this project and the kind of protocol and take it to other counties if they want to do the same process. So.